Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, November 14th, 2018. Looks to be another good week. Got some gorgeous covers coming out. Got some really good books with some key first appearances coming. Some good variants. I got a couple spec books for you. We'll run through all the books I'm looking at, give you my top covers, top picks, and as I just mentioned, my couple specs at the end. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos and send me comments. Love all your comments. It's funny, so you guys are awesome. You guys really, truly are. I tend to screw up occasionally in my videos, and you're all pretty polite about it. And you all have great tips, and I hope some of the tips I'm giving you helps you out. And it's just awesome. So, anyways, we'll get going into my video here real quick. But before I do, I got another comic shop shout out this week. One of my subscribers, Rafi, I gotta apologize, Rafi, I hope I don't screw up your last name, Michaelian, I think is how I pronounce it. He's been going to a shop called Collector's Paradise in Winnetka, California for, he said, about 18 years. So it sounds like he's been going there quite a while. And really cool store. I've got some images on the screen inside. It looks awesome inside. They got toys and Funko Pops and comics and trades and everything in there. And apparently they're... Donnie Cates is going to be doing a signing there on November 28th, so he's going to be getting some books signed. And I asked, he says, if you have anything you want me to ask Donnie, just let me know. And I said, oh, I'd love to hear if Elric of Melnibone was inspiration for Null, because I really think it is. So he's going to ask Donnie Cates that, and I will let all of you know if he gets a chance to ask him that question. He may or may not, depending on how busy it is and stuff, but... yeah, Rafi, if you can ask that, that would be so awesome, and because I'm sure a lot of people would like to hear it. I know I want to hear that because I'm pretty sure that was a bit of an inspiration for Noel. We'll find out. But anyways, what a lucky guy, man. That's definitely on my bucket list. I want to meet Donnie Cates. He just seems like such a cool guy, and get some books signed. So I think he said he's getting Redneck signed by him. That'll be a good one because that's probably the next one that'll get optioned off for a movie and made into a movie or TV show or something. So yeah, that'll be a good one. Good luck with that, Rafi. That looks like fun. But anyways, Collector's Paradise in Winnetka, California. That's my shout out this week. So books I'm looking at, Boom Studios, Firefly #1 is out. I mentioned this one a while back. I really enjoyed the movie, and the series, even though it was only on for 1 year, was pretty good. And so there's a whole bunch of covers for that. I'll put them on the screen. The first three, as far as I understand, are all regular price. So there's a regular A. I'll probably grab that one. B is not bad. And the C is a Jock cover, which I really like. That's, of all the covers, I think that's one of my favorite covers. And then I'll just I'll show you all the rest. They're just kind of on there. But looks really good. I'm not going to go crazy on it. I'll probably pick up just a couple copies of it, but it looks pretty good. From Dark Horse, God of War #1 is out. Only one cover. This is not... there's been a couple God of War comic series out, so don't think this is like the very first God of War comic, because it's not. But if you're into that character, that's out this week. This one, this next one, William Gibson's Alien 3. This looks really good. I showed cover A before. It's a gorgeous looking cover. And this is based on the original screenplay written by William Gibson for Alien 3, because when they did Alien 3, the movie kind of sucked, to be honest with you. And they completely changed it around from his original script. So this comic is based on what he wrote for the movie. So I'm going to definitely pick this up because I like aliens. And I'd like to see if it would have been a little better with his. Hopefully it was a little darker than that, because that other one was really stupid. But anyways, so that looks good. 2 covers for that. Just those ones from Dark Horse. From Image, a couple from them. Got Bitter Root #1. There's a whole bunch of covers for that, which I'll have on the screen. It's about a bunch of monster hunters that are kind of, it sounds like a dysfunctional family, and then they're going around killing monsters and stuff. So that'll be interesting. I'll take a look at that one. Cemetery Beach #3 is out. I've been enjoying the series. It's been pretty good. 2 covers for that as usual, and I think I like cover B the best out of both of those, but definitely pick that one up. Gideon Falls #8. I don't think I need to tell you that. I've been loving that since it first came out. It's really good. 2 covers for that one as well. Just such a good story. I really like it. And that's, as you all know, has been optioned for TV, so that's going to do really well. Infinite Dark #2, just one cover for that. I didn't mind the first one, and it kind of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger where it looked like there was some kind of monster or something hanging out there in the distance. So I'm definitely going to pick this up and see if it sheds a little bit more light on that one. From Valiant, you got Bloodshot Rising Spirit #1 is out. There's a whole bunch of covers for this one, and to be honest, the only one I'm really interested in is going to be really tough to find and pretty pricey. It's a 1 in 250 Doug Braithwaite glass variant. Yeah, it's actually, from what I understand, it's an actual glass variant. So I don't know if it's like a actual glass or fiberglass or what it is, but it's Valiant with Bloodshot. They were the first one to ever do a foil cover back in the... I showed that with my Bloodshot #1. That was the first ever foil cover. So I don't know if them, they seem to be the ones that come up with these crazy ideas for covers. It's the coolest thing. If you ever go look it up on YouTube, and you'll see it. It's a wicked looking cover. So, but I've seen one on eBay, and it's like $450 or something. So I am not paying that much, but that's one I'm definitely after. As far as the comic goes, I'll probably get one copy of cover A, but I really want that glass cover because that's the first, again, Valiant coming out with the first ever cover of it. And does that mean all the other, it's only a matter of time before Marvel and DC come out try and do the same thing. So look for that if you can. If you haven't seen it, anyways, go check it out. That's it for Independence. DC, Catwoman 5 is out. Two covers for that one. I like the cover B. That's an art germ cover. That's a really nice cover. I'm definitely going to try and get that one. I haven't been into the Joel Jones's Cat one beyond. I picked up the first couple issues, but I dropped it. So, Detective Comics 992. I'm really enjoying this series. Two covers for that one. Cover B is a Delato cover. It's pretty nice. It's not the best I've seen him do, but it is still pretty good. I'll definitely pick both those up. It's a really good series. So. Electric Warriors #1. This is one I mentioned a couple times. I even mentioned it last week in my last video, I think. It looks like there's going to be a bunch of new characters showing up in this one, so that'll definitely be one to check out. Pick that up. It's dealing with the multiverses and everything else, because it just gives them, going off into these multiverses gives them, the writers, so many avenues to branch out into and create new characters and worlds and all that stuff. So it's definitely one to check out. Red Hood Outlaw #28, two covers for that one. Another really nice Putri cover B for that. Wow, is that nice? Yasmin Putri. I'm not sure if that's a guy or girl, but anyways, whoever it is, that's doing gorgeous work. That's a nice cover. Superman 5, two covers for that one. I've been enjoying this storyline. It's got Rolgazar. As long as Rolgazar's in it, I'm going to keep buying it. I love that character. I think that's a cool character, and he's definitely got a future in DC. And that Action 1000, that Jim Lee touring variant, that is a really good one to own long term, I think, because that's his first appearance. Wonder Woman 58 this week. It's a new writer starting up a new story arc. 3 covers for this. And Grail, who is Darkseid's daughter, shows up in this story, and it sounds like there may be a new character showing up in here. I don't know for sure, but I'm definitely going to be picking up Wonder Woman this week for sure, because a lot of times when they start these big new story arcs, they hint at or drop in a new character. So I'm going to definitely be going through that one because it looks like a cool story, and I like anytime you tie in Darkseid, I like that character, so I'm going to pick that up. That's it for DC. For Marvel, got a bunch for them this week. Got Amazing Spider-Man #9. 4 covers for that. I'm going to put them on the screen there. Cover D is the same as cover C, except it's just a Virgin, so I don't have an image for the Virgin one, so just when you get to the third one, it's just a Virgin of that. This is a big one, Avengers #10. There's a whole bunch of covers for this one. It's the 700th issue of Avengers, and the one I mentioned, so I'm going to grab A and B, and then I don't normally recommend limited, like the higher ratio variants, but I recommended the 1 for 50 Arthur Adams cover. I mentioned this about a month ago, or I don't know when it was, a month and a half, whatever. I pre-ordered it just because I really want that cover. Of all the covers, it's going to do really well. It's an homage to issue 100, a Barry Smith cover from 1972. when the 100th issue came out. That's a really good one to get. And there is a first appearance in here of the Red Widow, who is going to be coming out of the same program that Black Widow came out of. So that is a definite pick this week. And that one of 50 Arthur Adams cover. Of all the books, all the covers for that one, that's going to do really well. So if you can get that at a reasonable price, highly recommend you pick that one up. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 5. Got 5 covers for that one. This is the last issue in the miniseries. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But it looks like, there's Thanos, the Thanos Punisher, and the Punisher, and then Baby Thanos. So we'll have to see how that all that works out. But anyways, it looks really good. I've been enjoying that series so far. Daredevil 611. As I said, I got back into Daredevil, I believe, around 607, just because I used to read them all the time. And I'm glad I did, because this run right now with Phil Noto's doing the artwork, I really like his artwork. The covers are nice. And they got that new character, the Vigil, that showed up in, cameo in 609, and then first full in the last issue, 610. And he's working for Kingpin and fighting the Daredevil and everything. So there's this 612 is the end of the current Daredevil run, and then they relaunch it under the title The Man Without Fear. So that'll be coming up, I believe, in January. The new one comes out, but gonna keep going Daredevil. It's been pretty good lately. So another good one is Infinity Wars, Infinity Warps number 1. 3 covers for this one, and there's a bunch of new mashups that show up in here. So I know some people aren't into these mashups and these new Infinity Warps characters, but I'm definitely buying them all because, like I said in the last Infinity Wars issue, they mentioned, Warlock mentioned that all these characters may be sticking around. And like I said, what Marvel's doing is they're throwing everything at the wall, and some of it's going to stick and some of it isn't. And the one that's, you want to make sure you get these first appearances, because some of them are going to be sticking around. This next one, Domino number 8, holy cow, that is a gorgeous Morbius cover, I should say, and that's going to do well. The cool thing, this one is Domino, the print run on these Dominoes is just over 20,000, so it's going to be a hard one to find. Not a lot of shops are bringing much, they're bringing in 4 or 5 copies, and that's it. So if you want that one, you better talk to your shop, because that one's going to do well this week. That is a wicked cover, and with the movie coming out soon, Morbius is kind of heating up, and that's just such an awesome cover. That reminds me a lot of Batgirl 23, which I did not buy, and at the time I'm like, whatever, because I honestly don't really like that cover, but yeah, kind of kicking myself for not buying that one. But anyways, I'm not missing out on this Domino. That looks really good. Thor number 7, 2 covers for that one. Jason Aaron doing the writing, and man, that whole storyline is really good. And so much stuff is popping up in Thor that down the road is going to pay off. So I definitely keep going with that one. Uncanny X-Men is relaunching this week, and there's a ton of covers for that. I'm just going to show a couple of them, and you buy what you want. I might pick up 1 copy, cover A. That's about it. We'll have to see how it goes, but it may be good. I don't know. And a lot of times when they relaunch, sometimes there's some new villains or whatever showing up, so we'll see. Venom number 8, 2 covers for that one. Starts a new story arc, so that looks to be a good one. And just so you're all aware, Donny Cates usually writes 6-issue story arcs, 5 to 6 issues, and the 3rd issue is usually the big one with a big reveal or whatever, new characters showing up. So that means if that pans out, Venom number 10 is going to be a really big one. So if you're not buying Venom, which I'm sure a lot of you are, because if you're not, you're doing some sewing and you're not watching this video anyways, but if you are buying Venom, make sure you stick with it. Maybe buy an extra copy of number 10. Just let your shop know you want an extra copy or 2, because if it pans out like his the 3rd issue had Null showing up, and I'm really thinking number 10 is going to be a big one, so just throwing that out there in case you're interested. Captain Marvel movie Prelude number 1 comes out. This is canon for the movie, so like the Avengers Prelude, sometimes stuff pops up like new costumes and new characters and whatnot, so that's one I'm definitely going to try and get this week for sure. The Ant-Man and the Wasp one didn't have anything new in it, so they're hit and miss, but They're trying to really push Captain Marvel, so I wouldn't doubt there's something in there. And last one is Fantastic Four #3. I'm just going to pick up cover A. I really like the artwork. I believe it's Ribis. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. But I like the artwork, and I hate Dan Slott's writing, but they got looks like almost every Marvel superhero is in this issue, so I want to check that out and see what happens with it. And the next issue, Fantastic Four #4, I don't normally jump that far ahead, but the next one has those new characters. Oh damn it, there's an image on the screen anyways. So issue #4 is going to be a good one to get, so make sure if you don't pick up 3, try to get #4. That is it for my books this week. So my top covers, Aliens 3 cover A, I really like that one from Dark Horse. That's a gorgeous cover, and like I say, that is based off the original screenplay. So we'll be looking into that one. Catwoman #5, the Artgerm cover B. That is a really nice looking cover. Does some great work, boy. Red Hood Outlaw #28, Putri cover B. That is another gorgeous cover. I think almost every one of the Red Hood covers that Putri's done has been gorgeous. I've got them all, and they're just 26 was awesome. Domino #8, man. If you can only buy one variant this week, that would be the one to get. There's only the one cover, and man, it is a gorgeous one, and I think that one's going to do really well this week. So try and pick that one up if you can. Bloodshot #1, that glass variant. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure I will never ever own that, but boy, I would love to, because it is a gorgeous looking cover. I've never seen anything like it before. It's pretty nice. Firefly #1, I like the Jock variant, cover C. That looks really nice. I like that. I showed that one a couple months ago when I first heard of Fireflies being relaunched. Really nice looking cover. And then Wonder Woman 58 cover B. That's a Jenny Friesen cover. That's a really nice cover too. So those are my covers. I've got a bunch there this week. Funny hit and miss. I think I mentioned this before. Some weeks there's like 2 or 3, and then other weeks like this week you got like 8. So anyways, my top picks this week, Domino #8, just because low print run, and that is Morbius is hot, and boy, that book's going to do well. That is a wicked ass cover. Love that one. Avengers #10, 700th issue. I'm going to get cover A, but the one you really want to try and get if you can is that 1 for 50 Arthur Adams cover. That is an homage to, like I say, issue 100, and that is the first appearance of Red Widow showing up in there, so that'll be a good one to own. Infinity Warps #1, got a whole bunch of new characters showing up in that, so that'll be a good one to get. I know I'm just going to buy a couple. I'm just going to get cover A. I'm not going crazy and buying them all. I like cover A the best anyways. Wonder Woman 58, another pick. So these are my 4 picks. I think it sounds like there may be a new character showing up in there. I don't know for sure, but I'm definitely going to pick that up. And the storyline sounds pretty cool, so I'm going to go with that for sure. Honorable mentions, Venom #8. I have to mention, anytime Donny Cates and Venom comes out, I am buying it. It's a recommendation. I don't know that this issue will have anything super crazy happening, but I love the way they're writing it, and Stegman's art. It's just really good. It's just one of the, probably, in my opinion, the best comic out right now. Captain Marvel Prelude #1. That is another honorable mention, because I think that one, if it has any stuff that's going to pop up in the movie, that'll be a really good one to own. And Firefly #1, that Jock variant, I really like that one. Just a gorgeous cover. I have to put that as an honorable mention. And one more, Electric Warriors #1, just because it's opening up a whole new bunch of characters and going in different dimensions and all that stuff. So, man, there's a lot of stuff this week. Anyways, my spec books this week, just because it's the 30th anniversary V for Vendetta, I have to show. If you haven't got these V for Vendettas, that's 10-part original series. There's a trade paperback you can get as well. But if you want the actual comics, it's a 10-part series. That's issue 1. That's the most valuable of them all, as usually goes as the case is for #1s. So it's a really good one to get if you can. It's one of those stories. If you haven't seen the movie, boy, go watch it. It's so good. Anyways, love the movie, love the books. Really good. Alan Moore, awesome writer. And I talked about, oh, damn it, I forgot to mention with Marvel that I forgot to write it down, Black Order is out this week. That's another one. So there's images of Black Order on the screen. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around here, but I forgot to write on my list, Black Order #1, it's a 5-part miniseries. It's out this week as well. So there's a couple covers, and then there's a limited variant as well. It's an In-Hyuk Lee variant, but the reason I got this one on the screen is this is the first appearance of the Black Order. It's not, if I remember right, it's not the full team. I think it's only 4 of the 5 that show up in here, and then one of the I can't remember who the character was, but another one shows up at a later date or something. But this is New Avengers number 8, so that's a really good one to get if you can. And I talked about Immortal Hulk number 2 in my last video. It's a really good spec book because it is the first appearance of Dr. Fry. It is the first appearance of his son Del Fry, and then it kind of gives the origin of how they became the walking ghosts and everything. And I mentioned that Dr. Fry was the one who was captured and taken to the lab and everything, and it's actually I meant to say it's his son Del Fry, because Dr. Fry gets buried in the mountain by the Hulk, and then the government digs up the son's grave and takes him to the lab, and he's the one who's in the stasis in that chamber. So just wanted to clarify that, because I think I said it was Dr. Fry. Couple more books that I don't have. Well, this first one I do, X-Men Red number 2. I've got it somewhere. I just can't find it. It's in one of my, I hate to say it, it's kind of in a box somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But anyways, it's the first appearance of Trinery, or Trinery, I'm not sure how you pronounce the name. And that is going to be Iron Man's next protege by the looks of it. So if you haven't got X-Men Red number 2, grab a copy of that one, because that one is pretty cheap at the moment. It's just cover price basically. You can probably find those still in your comic shop in the back bins and stuff. So look for that one, because that is first appearance of Trinery. And in the last CBR put an article about this where Iron Man is going to try and make that character his next protege. So it looks like a good one to get. And then one more, because I mentioned Grail is showing up in Wonder Woman number 58. Justice League number 40, volume 2 is the first appearance of Grail, and Grail is Darkseid's daughter, so that is one, and I don't have that one, so I got to try and hunt that one down. Price on that one's, it's getting up there, just because anytime you get Darkseid and his family showing up, first appearances, they're going to be a little pricey, but that is another good one. So there's a few spec books for you this week, folks. And one, I don't normally give you stuff coming out down the road, but this is a spec book for down the road. This is White Widow number 1. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this one in one of my videos a few months ago. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did, but if I didn't, the order info is on the screen. Today is the final cutoff, November 11th. So if your comic shop is open today and you want that comic, call them up and tell them the order info is there. Just tell them you want a couple copies. I think there's only 2 covers available, but it's Red Giant Entertainment. It's it started out as a Kickstarter campaign, kind of like what am I trying to say here? Rags in the background. That started as a Kickstarter, and then it got picked up by Antarctic Press and everything else. And see how that's going. It's going to be one of those independent titles. It's going to be a low print run. It's going to be one of my picks of the week when it comes out, and a lot of people are starting to look at these independents. So, and the artwork looks really good in it. So yeah, if you can get that one, and if you're interested in it anyways, the order info's there. That's another spec book kind of thing. So, anyways, that's it this week, folks. I will talk to you later in the week with a haul video. Take care. Happy hunting. Bye for now.